And from New York, from Maryland, North Carolina, Florida, Texas, Colorado. What am I missing, folks? Arkansas, Nebraska, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. I know Iowa. Plenty of folks here from Iowa, and was looking for those Iowa geos. Missouri, yes, yes. And I tell them the thing about Iowa geodes, they're the same as the rest of the geodes because when they were formed, there wasn't any state lines, right? So, you know, so they get to find the same geodes all the time. I'm Kirk and I'm with the Keokuk Area Convention and Tourism Bureau. I've got some of my board members over here, and raise your hands. And we put on this shindig each year, except last year. And we started this Geode Fest 17 years ago. It was started by the Keokuk Convention and Tourism Bureau, and then after 3 years, we handed it over to Mike Shoemate and the World Earth Searchers, and they ran it for 10 years. And Mike was getting tired, and he was running short on people in the World Earth Searchers, and so he asked if we would take it back, and we would gladly have taken it back. We hope that we've run it to your expectations, and if not, let us know before the weekend's over, and we'll see what we can do with it. I just want to, again, welcome you. It's amazing. People around here that have hunted geodes all their lives, cracked them, smashed them, thrown them in the river. I can't believe that you would come so far to see these rocks that we have. But we know that they're special rocks, and we'll hear a little bit about that later. Procedures. Well, first of all, the procedures here, the restrooms are back through those doors. Follow the light and you'll find it. That's a little house cleaning. The procedures for tomorrow, there's going to be some people out parking the cars when you come in. And we would like you to park nose to nose. Don't use the angle parking that you see that's painted out there. We would like you to go nose to nose. And then when it's time to leave, we'll announce it on a radio, 90.1 FM. We have a short low power radio station, and hopefully it will work. And we'll go by this site description map: black flag, blue flag, yellow flag, so on and so forth. So watch the color of your flag that you're going to. Now there's going to be one exception tomorrow morning. St. Francisville, he is just getting over COVID. Randy had contracted COVID and with COPD, he's had some problems. But he's going to be over here, but he has a doctor's appointment at 9:30 in Keokuk. So St. Francisville in the morning only is going to be moved to the front of the line. So St. Francisville and the orange flag will be leaving first. So I just want to get that clear to as many people as may be interested in St. Francisville and wanting to dig early in the morning. But before that, the procedure is that you go to the registration table. Whether you pre-registered or not, you need to go to that pre-registration table. Now we're gonna have open it up after the orientation tonight for pre-registration and registered people to check in. Get your wristbands tonight, so that maybe you can sleep an extra 15 or 20 minutes in the morning. So, so we will open that up tonight. But check in. You have to, if you're pre-registered, there'll be a line for those pre-registered people, then a line for registered people. The pre-registration line will move through a lot faster, and you'll be ready to get out and get to hunting. Is that, Becky, is that about how the procedure works on that?
We kind of changed that because everybody get in line.
Oh, okay, all right. It's going to be one line. Okay, all right, same line. Okay, that's see, when you put on the event, you have to be flexible because things change. But anyway, just get in one line, and the line will move through pretty quick, really. Becky has it organized pretty well, and with everybody's name and that sort of thing, and we'll move through those. Then at 7:45, be heading to your cars, because we will start leaving probably at 8. And as I said, tomorrow morning only, the first group will be St. Francisville and Orange. When you hear your flag color called, you can start moving towards the flags. You know, everybody saw the flags out here in the parking lot, probably. There's red, white, and blue flags and checkered flags. And so you move towards the flags, go out of that lane, follow that lane around, and your guide will be setting up by the entrance for you. And then when they say they're set, we'll turn you loose. And then we'll call the blue flag for rocks. And then you move out. And if you can kind of just be patient, and I know that's one thing that I know that there's a lot of anticipation when you want to get out there and hunt. But if we follow the sort of the rules and go out there when your color is called, we'll move everybody right out. And so the Missouri people going to the Missouri sites will turn to the left, and the Illinois people will turn to the right. I don't expect you to remember all that, but just mentally, you've heard it, and you'll catch on. And once the newer folks have gone through once, the rest of the weekend's easy. And how many are our first timers here today? Yeah. So anyway, there's a method to my madness and how it's set up, and I think it will work. And we just hang in there, and we'll try not to get anybody lost. There's a phone number to call. My phone number is, if you do, we'll get you to a spot. Don't worry. You'll get to take plenty of geos home with you this weekend. Okay. As you can see the other, we'll hunt about two and a half hours at each site. You should be back here, 11 to 11:30. Back here to pick up a bite of lunch. We're in the midst of several fast food restaurants. Arby's is here. We have a brand new Arby's, and Taco Bell and Casey's and Walmart. But we have some real treat for you is some Amish are bringing their food to you rather than us having to go to the Amish to get their food. And so Sarah will be here at 6 o'clock in the morning with probably 3 or 4 tables full of breads and fry pies and such as that. And when they come back for lunch, you'll have loose meat sandwiches, pulled pork sandwiches, and chips and stuff like that, just good for a quick meal so that you can get back out there. We'll start lining up at about 12:45 and get ready to leave out at 1. Yes, when you come back, each time that you come back, you'll pick a site that you want to go to. And there's a site hunt site table, where you sign up for it. Each of the landowners will either be there or a representative of those landowners, and they can tell you, if you come to them and you say, I want an easy spot that I can drive to, that is loaded with geodes, they can tell you. I mean, and they'll be glad to tell you, and especially those ones that's easy to get to, and it's loaded with geodes. And there are several of those, trust me. I've seen them this year. So, anything else on the first, getting out of here the first time, the second time? And you just talk to one another. I mean, the people that have been around for many years can share their experiences with you, and they can help you. And any of us are also here to help. I'm going to open it up for questions. Just a few questions if you have them that are really bothering you. Yes?
I was wondering, when you're following your lead car, and now since you're going through town, or some of them, with all the stoplights, how are they going to keep everybody in line?
Okay, we have a route that takes two stoplights, the one right in front of the Walmart turn in and in High B, and then at the third stoplight they turn off on a side street. So it goes straight through, it goes through town. It has some stop signs, but it doesn't have stop lights. No stoplights on this trail after you pass the first couple. So you'll be able to catch up there. You will go on a street called Timea Street for some time to 13th Street, and then turn left down to Johnson Street. They've got it all worked out. Trust me. There's no need of us going through it, but they've run the routes, and they will get you there. And it's the quickest way, and no stoplights. They're the same sites every year, except when we can find some new ones that will open up to us. I've been in this job for 21 years. For 17 of those years, I've tried to get an Iowa landowner to open up the land to geode hunters. It hasn't happened yet. And so, yes, it is the same, and a lot of you have been there before. I mean, that doesn't mean that you haven't passed up some good geodes. I mean, there's fine geodes to be found. And several of these spots are not regular hunting spots. So, for example, I'll give a couple of examples. Renards and rods are not open to the public. So it's been 2 years since anybody's been back there and hunted their property. So, and the river changes, it brings them more down all the time. So, I mean, the geodes are, even though it's a different spot, you have different geodes. But we did have a 10th location picked out this year, and unfortunately, that landowner got COVID too, and it was like a couple weeks ago. And so he didn't have time to prepare his land, so he had to drop out. So we've got him on the line for next year for a site, and we continually try to work with other people. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that just don't want to participate. The ones that do are happy they do because they make some money this weekend. But other people don't want to participate, and we respect that.
County-owned land,
If you can find one with geodes on that's down to the strata that has geodes. But there aren't any.
I think so.
I don't think so. Well, I know of one. Yes.
Whatever happened to the borrow pit? Why, I don't, it's only open 1 year, what happened?
Yeah, the Farrell Pit was a good place, and it was loaded with geodes and easy to get to. It was a ways away. But that landowner changed his mind and decided not to participate.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
One of the
Yeah.
easiest and best places to go.
yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was. It was a good place.
You said that landowners can make a little money. How are they making money off this?
They're paid $25 per bucket that's taken off their land directly. Huh? Not by me. Yes.